There was a lady named Tasia Howard. She was born into a cult, and she took a lie detector test. She was chloroformed. She had a baby in the house. They removed the baby from her inside the house. All kind of crazy things happened to her. Oftentimes, when I go on retrievals, there's often an enabler to the pedophile. And that enabler, 9 times out of 10, is a female person. Now, I asked this woman, I said, what were you thinking when you let this took place? You know what she said?
My intuition.
She said, I was 13 when I was married. Why should I feel any sympathy for her?
Oh, damn.
Big homie, you mentioned something right now. You said, why is it that female intuition is always negative? Please dive deeper on that.
Yeah, because like,
catching up?
no, like, listen, I'm telling you something, right? There was a lady named Tasia Howard. She was born into a cult, and she took a lie detector test. She was chloroformed. She had a baby in the house. They removed the baby from her inside the house. All kind of crazy things happened to her. Oftentimes, when I go on retrievals, there's often an enabler to the pedophile. And that enabler, 9 times out of 10, is a female person. Now, I asked this woman, I said, what were you thinking when you let this took place? You know what she said?
My intuition.
She said, I was 13 when I was married. Why should I feel any sympathy for her?
Oh.
And then she told me her intuition told her that I was coming. Usually if I show up, it's bad news for people because it's like, damn, you feel me? Like, why you doing this? And, you know, dangerous people, especially men, really only respect danger. And I tell people this all the time. Like, a lot of times, ladies will think they can outsmart the danger because they a lady. You don't have the physical strength to match up with your cunning. That's why it's smart to align yourself with wise, smart, strong men so that you can have a layer of protection for that time when you feel like, you know what, I'm going to stand on some business today. But I always tell people in this world, if the world knows a woman is unaccounted for, they're going to do crazy to you.
Yeah. What I'm saying about women intuition, right? This is what I'm saying. It's like, you ever seen, and people got to understand this.
If they know ain't no killers coming, with that black on, if they know ain't no men showing up, they gonna do anything to you in this world.
Women intuition is just like, I knew a nigga in the hood, right? This that I knew in the hood, he was always saying shit. He knew everything that happened. He knew exactly what happened. Then he started doing drugs. So them skills, that became
diminished,
enhanced. He kept doing it way too much. Like, he didn't understand nothing, and less understanding with the woman, because the woman can't take control of her physical body and like kind of align the rate that she getting, then it's gonna be crazy. But if she align her physical body and understand, like, get taught by this, then that connection can become a good connection, and then she could be aligned perfectly with the creator, right? But you gotta say this: women just outline. Right? If they get in line correctly, then things will be better. But I'm saying that I don't believe that it should be fixed.
A lot of them openly practice witchcraft as well, man. That they're learning from the internet. They got altars in their house. They got the crystals.
I'll give you a wild question, a wild scenario of a woman need realignment. Mr. Boxer, Clarissa Shields. She need realignment. She just got banned from some management because she slapped a woman.
Oh, yeah, the promotion for the Gamu fighting.
Now, she has a great man, Papoose. But they have a great, I enjoy that relationship. She doesn't diminish him at all. She gives him his props and he lets her go.
For sure.
The realignment she needs is to be taught when to act over the top and when not to act over the top. It's not that she's not great. I think she's like the best female fighter right now. She knocks everybody out. But that does not mean that she has to have that energy everywhere. So her realignment ain't major because she already reveres her husband, with him, stand by him in the whole nine. Papoose got to look at that and say, okay, don't act out of your element and teach her, don't let a woman get you to act out of your element. Because apparently the woman been talking about her for months or whatever. So Clarissa feels justified with the slap, but she don't see the danger in that if she don't control just that aspect and everybody know they can trigger her and make her out of her character, there's going to be somebody she's going to be slapped that the ramifications she's not going to recover from. Right. So that the man got to come in and just tweak that. So now that's not taking her power away, because Papoose don't take her power away. But Pat got to say, hey, you was out of pocket with that one.
And the reason I
ain't even talk about, before you go, I ain't even talk about publicly. We don't have to know whatever he said to her. But he got to pull her in and say, that was too far. Right. And then we start seeing a slight change in her. That's what it takes. That when we talk about fixing a woman, it's just to make her better. It's not to shut her down. And if Papoose was to do that and make her better, she's already at the top. Now she go to the top. Right. And she continues to be that, and Papoose continue to be the cat in the back.
I agree. A woman does need to be aligned properly, but I'm just saying that job is not something that a man take on, because that job is going to be a long and hard job. Because you're trying to get someone to use the power within themselves is hard, because
Clarissa had a documentary called T-Rex. This is somebody that I know that I'm friends with. I follow her a long time. Mm-hmm. Now, the reason I know you're right is in her documentary that showed her come up all through Olympic trials, she always wanted a man.
Right.
She went against her trainers. They said, you can't date. She went against all of that to make sure she had a man.
Right.
Now, there was a time where she was the leader of her family. She had a boxing event coming up. She was getting almost $400K for this fight. She carried it all inside the press conference, and her brother and her family following behind her knocked out the rival trainer, put him in a coma. She lost the whole event, everything. This is the second time something like this has happened. She put her hands on Alicia Baumgartner. She should have never did that. Neither one of these times was her manager. So this is how I know that what you're saying is right. 100%.
Because if Pat was good, she wouldn't have done that.
No.
So she got to learn how to be like that when Pat is not there.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And this is what I'm talking about, so everybody can understand. I love talking about Clarissa Shields.
For sure.
Because Clarissa Shields is the opposite of the typical woman.
100%.
Because she's the star. Pap is not the star like she is. This is not to dismiss Pap and his popularity, but it's not like Clarissa. Right, but it's not like Clarissa.
Superstar.
Right. And he's comfortable letting her be her. And most men are comfortable with a woman like that does not use their star power to make him be less of a man. Mm-hmm. So they don't do that. So they're the perfect harmony to me.
Sure.
Of a man and a woman that can play both of their roles, don't disrespect either one of their roles, but that's the slight tweaking Clarissa needs.
So Pap do got a type, you feel me? Because he got the type, you can sit downstairs and see what that sound was on Roy. So I think about that one. You got to think about it. If you a female, you know you got hands like that,
right?
You got she already emotional. Her uterus getting ripped out every month. You catch her on the right day, she put hands, she gonna whoop the crib.
Yeah.
So that's why it take the right man for the right situation.
Yeah. So exactly. So
she can whoop the crib, G.
So Cap was just discussing about how he likes to take women and help to align them to a better version of themselves where they can be, their full potential.
100%.
I want to dive deeper on that and ask you, what does a perfectly aligned woman look like?
So a perfectly aligned woman is a woman, I would always put the Most High first. So that's always my belief. So the Most High has to come first, because then you had made a point to say it's not for us to understand. It's not for us to understand God's logic. You made that point, which I agree with. It's just a point to obey. So I don't have to figure out why he said to do what he said do. I just do it. That's logic. That's the first thing a woman has to have. A woman has to have the understanding. I don't need to understand his logic. I just need to obey it. Now, every woman, like the Bible says, if a man doesn't have a woman, he wanders up and down, wandering. Ooh. That's why most men, if you don't have a woman, you're not complete. So this ain't even to diminish her power. That is a power. The Bible also says that without that, besides God, the woman is the most powerful thing on the planet.
Sure.
So I'm not even taking that away. When you think about that, Bible would tell you men steal for women. The Bible would tell you that when the king, as powerful as the king is, his woman smacks the crown off his head. You know what that nigga did? He laughed at it.
Now you telling the truth.
Now, if a man,
You wait all the way to tell the truth.
if a man was to smack his crown, he'd beat the shit out of it.
Right.
A man wouldn't even think to smack the king's crown.
When you attempt it.
But that woman in her preeminence
Do it.
knows I can smack that nigga's crown because that's my man.
For sure.
Real talk.
For sure.
But now, in order for her to get there, she got to learn to respect that man. Listen to that man. Know her role, that as great as she is, her power comes from her man. When you said that if your enemy knows you don't have a man with you,
Sure.
they know they can do anything they want to you.
For sure.
No matter how much money a woman has, no matter how much popularity, no matter what she has, without a man or defense behind her, she doesn't have anything.